about Shrek?
Yes, that whole semester.
Wow, it's been a whole another show since then.
Yeah.
Okay.
A hero with sword and armor clashing, looking semi-dashing, a shield within my grip.
I like it because it was Shrek. Shrek is one of my most favorite musicals. And also the little Shrek guy was funny too.
I am Miss Smiley, and I am the director of the musical theater program here at South Cobb, and I was the director of Shrek the Musical.
Hello, my name is Eli Young, and I've decided to create a documentary here because I was Shrek in Shrek the Musical, and it's definitely a time in my life that has changed me. I would go as far as to say it's molded me into who I am today. And, well, a lot of things went down that semester, and it all happened because Miss Smiley told me that we were doing Shrek the Musical, so I checked it out, and I knew I wanted to play Shrek after watching it, so I pretty much started the semester knowing the whole show. And, well, lots of things happened that went down, and there's things that I'll never forget, some things I might forget, so let's just hope I can cover them all in this documentary.
Be out, I might surprise you. I'll be your friend when others despise you. She's on her way!
The difference in directing Shrek and any other musical is that Shrek is a much larger show than people think. It's not a show that happens in one setting or even really in one world, and you've got 3 complete casts of creatures and people and other people that you have to juggle around. So you're not just creating one setting, you're creating all the different things. And unless you have, 70 people in a cast, that means everyone is playing at least 2 or 3 roles, which adds a whole nother ring to the circus.
Who am I with today?
Gingy and the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Okay, and so what's one core memory from musical theater this semester?
Oh God, don't make me think like that. Being in the cart for Gingy just like the whole time.
Oh, but I will be just as soon as I find a princess to marry. I know you know everyone. Tell me what she is.
Eat me!
No, I have tried to be fair to you creatures, but my patience is reaching its end.
Oh, okay.
It's really funny.
Okay, so what's one stressful moment you had this semester?
Any of the changes.
Any of the changes?
Any of them.
I feel you on that one. What's your favorite scene?
Scene?
Scene.
The torture scene.
The torture scene? Yeah, that ease.
Well, I heard it from the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
You heard it from the Muffin Man.
Can I go now?
You haven't told me where she is.
I can.
You must.
I won't.
Tell me or I'll...
No, not my buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons.
Hi guys, I'm Sibby, and I will be the dragon in Shrek.
Now, as the dragon, what is one of your core memories throughout the show playing the dragon?
It would have to be my fight scene with Donkey and Shrek. Like, I feel like the way that it's displayed to the audience is definitely like eye-catching. I love that part.
So with us having to do costume change throughout the outfit, do you feel like your most difficult costume is the dragon outfit?
Yes, it is the hardest costume I have to put on and take off.
Since it is a musical, we do have songs. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite one?
My favorite song would be Story of My Life, and my song,
I was about to say that. as you see us going through tech week of the actual show, how do you feel like we will progress, and how do you feel like our last final product will come out?
I feel like we're progressing well. I feel like each day we're learning what needs to change, what needs to be, modified. And I feel like the day that we perform, it's going to be amazing.
Hey, I'm here with
Jaden.
And who are you playing in the Shrek musical, Jaden?
I'm playing the Big Bad Wolf.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You definitely look the part. So,
don't try. Hey, do not play with me.
What would you say as a graduating senior? Woo is your favorite choir memory, musical theater memory, any memory?
My favorite choir memory would have to be All Together Now sophomore year. That year was like really special to me. I felt most like we were a family and all together, and we were good at what we were doing. Not saying that we're not good now, but it's just the energy was just different back then.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, as the Big Bad Wolf, what would you say your favorite part, singing part in the musical is to you?
Okay, my favorite part would probably be singing as a Dulakian.
Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect town. Here we have some rules, let's lay them down. Don't make waves, stay in line, and we'll get on fun. Duloc is a perfect place.
I like the lyrics. It's very clever, so to speak. It's very, very creative. Yeah.
Can you give us a sample of a song you sing as a Dulakian?
Okay. So the first part of the Dulakian song starts like this.
I'll dance for you. I'll be the dancer.
Welcome to Dulac.
Sing! Sing!
Welcome to Dulac.
Sing!
Dulac's such a perfect town. And we have some rules, so let us lay them down.
Hi, my name is Keyshawn. I play Papa Bear, Papa Ogre, and currently the captain of the guard.
And that's great. So, out of this whole entire play, what would be your favorite song?
Out of the whole entire play, it gotta be Freak Flag.
Freak Flag? Okay. What is one of your core memories so far from this play and putting it together?
Me almost falling off the stage.
Okay, can you give us a little move from Freak Flag?
Can I do a song?
Okay, yeah, you do a part of the song.
All right. Let me eat them up real quick. Hold up.
Let him cook.
How Freak Flag go again?
Let your freak flag wave.
Yes. Let your freak flag fly. Never take it down.
Okay, not too much, y'all. We gotta say this for the.
My name is Emma Hittim, and my character in the play is Peter Pan.
Okay, so far, what is one of your core memories of the play?
Just like having fun with everyone.
You sing. Let your freak flag fly. Never take it down, never take it down. Raise it way up high. Let your freak flag fly. We're supposed to do that first one. Yeah, we are. We're supposed to do that first one.
My name is Jeanine, and my part in the musical is a White Rabbit.
White Rabbit. So far, what is one of your favorite songs from the musical?
Welcome to Dulac.
Welcome to Dulac. Okay, I like that one too. What is a core memory from the show you have?
Meeting new people.
Okay. Do you have any costume changes, or are you only one costume throughout the show?
I have Yeah, I have costume changes.
How many costume changes do you have?
White Rabbit. Well, first it's Baby Shark, White Rabbit, then the rats.
Okay, so out of all of those costumes, what do you feel is the most difficult to sit there and change into?
The White Rabbit.
Hi, my name is Miriam Senasume. I am a junior and I am playing as Mama Bear and Mama Ogre.
Okay, between those two costumes, what do you feel is the most difficult to change in and out of?
Mama Ogre, since there's like a corset and there's boots involved with it, and all the suits, it is very difficult.
Okay, I didn't realize I got that deep. Okay, what is one of your favorite songs from the musical?
Oh, that's hard. Let's say the finale.
The finale?
Yeah.
Okay, do you feel like we have practiced the finale enough for us to do it well?
I think so. We're slowly getting there. We'll
Okay.
get there.
So how do you think we will progress overall during tech?
I think we'll slowly but surely progress well. Yeah, we're making improvements.
My name is Ruth, and I play Teen Fiona.
Teen Fiona. Okay, so do you have any other characters that you play into or change throughout the play?
Yeah, I'm Pied Piper, and I'm a guard.
What would you say is the hardest to change into?
Probably the beginning and before story of my life, because like I'm a happy villager, and then suddenly I'm a guard in the next scene.
Okay, so with those songs, which one of those are your favorites in the play?
I probably like I Know It's Today the most.
Okay.
And melting snow, white hearts, so I know he'll appear, and his armor will be blinding, a shining as his perfect teeth in every hose. I know it's today, show up today.
Okay.
Is there any song that you want to sing in particular for the audience, or is there anything is there a line that you want to reenact, maybe?
No.
Well, you kind of have to. So go ahead.
Okay, no, you don't have to. But last question is, as we are going, right, what is one of your core memories of this play?
Mother.
Hey, my name is Bryce. I'm playing Pinocchio along with the Knight and a Dulakian.
It was good, except for one part. It was the voice. Now, at first, I got the voice down. It was easy. Like, what was the line? What was one line that he had?
Or the stories that say I'm a wooden boy.
What a story to say I'm a wooden boy! The story to say I'm a wooden Like, that's a pretty good voice right there. It's just that, like, when you repeat that voice constantly throughout rehearsal, your voice comes out weak, you know? Last semester or, the next year, the year afterwards, after Shrek, I couldn't go up anymore. I couldn't flip as high as I used to. Then I had to give it a rest. Now I can, do it perfectly.
And then last but not least, what is one of your core memories that you have so far from musical theater?
Just, the mic quality of Jayla screaming. Like the
All right, we're going to cut that interview right here.
What are you doing?
I'm Fiona. I'm obviously the female lead. I sing a bunch of songs, many people would know.
All right. My bad. Were you done?
No, you can go.
What's your favorite song that we do have to sing this?
I think it's probably one of the most iconic ones. I know it's today. Yeah.
give a simple, are you there, God?
Are you there, God? It's me, Fiona.
It's me,
But what is one of your core memories from the show so far?
One of my core memories, probably when I tried handing Elijah my handkerchief and he actually used it to wipe away his sweat.
So, the two romantic leads, Shrek and Fiona, well, Sin and I didn't have a very great, past. Back even the year before when we did Descendants, it was just a long story of misunderstandings, people saying things they don't mean, people getting blocked, unblocked, and it's a whole mess. But at this point, we were, neutral acquaintances. We could coexist with one another. Sure, we're gonna skew off into an argument about something. That's okay. But it's not okay when you're doing a rom-com. Because make no mistake, Shrek is a rom-com. Perhaps the greatest rom-com that was ever written. But a rom-com works when the leads have chemistry. Why do you think, Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson are in so many things together? Why do you think Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks are in so many things together? It's because of their chemistry. Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler, whatever. Anyway, we didn't have chemistry at all. In fact, we had this girl, Vasti Mompoint, I don't really know how to say her name, but she was a guest and she was coaching us, the whole cast, on our musical. Like, that we would run a number and she would say, okay, well, now what if you try this?
I know you're still getting it, but you have to it has to come from your gut. You have to inspire every single person. You can even turn to them if you want, and maybe take a second and listen out, yes? But it has to be like, yeah? Okay, great. All right, let's start again now. And everything that y'all just did is great. So you can cheer, make noise, like.
But when she saw us, Shrek and Fiona, she was like, well, you guys are very great singers, very great actors, but like, I just do not see the chemistry at all. She could not see it. And when Miss Smiley was like, all right, how do we do the kiss scene? She started talking about intimacy training, and I was really immature. I was like 15, so I was like snickering.
Well, Elijah and Sin both had like a bad history with each other. This goes all the way back to Descendants. And to see where they are now, it's definitely like, with Shrek, it was definitely pretty like iffy, because even I was like, oh, if Sid gets Fiona and Elijah gets Shrek, they ain't gonna be a good couple right there. They ain't gonna be a good couple.
Oh, but between the actual actors? Happens every year. We're in high school, and unless you happen to be dating the person that you're cast to be in a romantic relationship with, it's gonna be weird. It always is.
But we did do some intimacy training. Miss Smiley would basically do this thing where, like, she would say, all right, everybody listen up. I got assigned roles. You take the backdrops over there and attach them to the wall. You set up the little campfire set over there. All right, you two, talking about, the two leads. I need you to sit side by side, hold hands, and I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes and just keep holding hands. And then we're just like, okay, this is kind of awkward.
It's just that, like, they weren't like really romantic. You couldn't see that energy at all.
With the lack of chemistry, I think
I think it was more they needed to spend more time together. And I think that would have helped a little bit. And if they had learned a little bit more about each other's past or like what they go through currently and what they're working on personally, I think that really would have bettered their relationship. But, you know, that wasn't the outcome, and that's okay. Yeah.
I was very awkward for sure. I mean, I've never held hands with someone before. Oh my god, I'm holding hands with someone. Oh my god, I've never done this before. I'm scared. Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, due to a kiss having to be in the scene necessarily may not happen, but how has it been with the intimacy training?
Sometimes it's not as weird if the people are accustomed to acting and they've been in this situation before. They warm up to it more quickly. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes their personalities just don't gel in general, and they aren't even necessarily friends off stage, or they're just acquaintances, but they don't have anything that keeps them close. So then they have to create the whole chemistry from scratch. And how I deal with it is I usually try to let them work it out at first and see where they go with it. And then if it's just not happening, then we do exercises like any other athlete or professional on the planet. And I make them hold hands, and I make them sit next to each other, and I make them look each other in the eye, and all the fun things that they don't want to do.
You know, oddly enough, it was actually very helpful. Like, we got closer as people. Not romantically, of course, but we got closer as people, you know? You're stuck there holding hands for 15 minutes, can't just be quiet the whole time. So you start talking about things. And you could see it in our performances and just how we were interacting with each other on set. You know, we were kind of talking friendlier. We were talking about random things during this intimacy training. Like Miss Smiley would say, all right, 15 minutes, you guys have to make eye contact. We talk about, you know, our celebrity crushes we've had when we were younger.
She made Elijah and Sin like hold hands and such. You know, talk about Family Guy, Meg, lesbian episode. What else? That's the only notable conversation I can pick up from.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, you were talking about how Meg was like a lesbian to her. It was one episode and whatever. But yeah, that's it. That is kind of. I think I just remember that just because I know that Sin doesn't like Family Guy. She hates Family Guy. She thinks it's like not funny at all.
Well, we haven't done any like really recently, but we have been like trying to like Miss Smiley's been putting us closer together and like trying to work it out. I think it's just that some of us are very awkward individuals who don't know what it means to be intimate with another person.
Yeah, I'm rewatching this footage and ouch.
And that is okay,
Yeah.
but we're working through it. Hopefully it'll get better.
Okay.
Misting you work it out. Let your freak fly away. Let your freak fly. But we all learn. An ogre always hides. An ogre's fate is known. An ogre always stays in the dark and all alone.
Welcome back to the cast members of Shrek the Musical, and who are we with today?
Eli Young.
And who do you play?
Shrek.
Okay, what's your favorite song?
Ooh, I would say Big Bright Beautiful World Reprise.
Reprised, okay. Favorite scene? Give your top three.
I had the scene in the tower where like I'm rescuing her. I think I Got You Beat, and I also like the finale.
Hi guys, my name is Kasai and I play one of the three little pigs, specifically pig number 2, and I also play one of the 3 blind mice, so yeah. I'm Simone, I'm playing pig number 3 and I also play the 3 blind mice along with Happy People.
Okay, and since I've never introduced myself, I'm Cachet, and I am also playing one of the 3 blind mice. I believe I'm number 3, and I'm also one of the little. Oh yeah, Dulakians. It's it's a whole bunch we got.
And
going
I play
on, so.
Bluebird.
Oh yeah, Bluebird. You see, we're the little side
Okay,
quest or
y'all,
whatever.
so what would y'all say y'all favorite song in the musical is? For me, it's gotta be the end. Because it's gonna be a lot of thumb sticking. Okay, for me, I would say definitely my favorite song is Story of My Life. Like, I just love the song so much. It's so fun.
I don't know, forever kind of hits. Like you can't get better than that one. Like let's be honest.
I'm serious? No, I know it's the day. Ooh.
Unchain your heart.
My name is Nikai Wilson, and originally I was the Ugly Duckling, and last minute I was Lord Farquaad.
Get out of the shot. I want you to know this. Miss Smiley has dealt with a lot of last minute bullcrap in the past. In fact, when she did her first musical, Susical, her lead got pregnant and she had to get a whole new lead because, well, it's kind of hard to act and sing in a musical when you're pregnant. But what happened was we had Lord Farquaad. The actor who we had playing Lord Farquaad was really great. And I was originally gonna tell you about why he got suspended and why we had to get a new Lord Farquaad. But the more I put these interviews together, put these clips together, I realized it was probably best to just leave the story out of it, other than he got suspended and he couldn't play Lord Farquaad anymore.
Well, honestly, at first, I didn't know that I was going to be taking on this role. It was kind of something spontaneous that I did last minute. I was just feeling like, well, I didn't want the team to feel let down because there was somebody who wasn't able to play their role anymore. So I was like, hey, I'll step up. I'll do it. Why not? I got the enthusiasm, the energy. I'll do it.
Were you worried about the outcome of the musical when you heard he got suspended?
Yeah, because we had very few days to do it. But thankfully, Nikaya, she did her game, y'all. She completely crashed that crash, but completely did that role, y'all. She was perfect, completely. Like she had maybe 2 weeks to do it, but she was able to do it. I'll say that.
Now, that was a very stressful, very stressful time period of my life. And it was probably the most stressed I've ever been in my entire life up until now. Of course, I'm only 17 years old, but still, when you care about something so much and you're just so scared about the outcome and there's a deadline and everything's pushing, there's a lot of pressure and everyone was stressed out.
Oh, Lord. That was one of the worst moments of my life. Having to find a new lead the day before Tech Week. You can't imagine. Just my world actually stopped for a second and just kind of went. And all of the things that we had worked on for 5 months just started swirling around in my head. And I was like, I really thought that maybe I was having a stroke or I was being punked. I don't know. So it was awful. But in true South Cobb form, our kids came through like Like, I spent the whole weekend terrified and sad, and then came back Monday and one of my kids showed up and said, I got you. And it turned out she did.
In fact, I remember I was in my first block, and Ruth, who played Teen Fiona, she told me about how he couldn't play Lord Farquaad anymore and how he got suspended. And I was just like so stressed out. I was mad, and I just kept ranting and ranting about what? Oh my God, how do we get these last minute things happening? Oh my God. And it got me in trouble. My teacher had me step out in the hallway to talk to him about what was going on, and like, it was crazy.
The most difficult part was definitely learning the lines within a week. That was something. It was a lot of lines. I was the main character. There was a lot of lines, but I did it, and pretty proud of myself. Definitely going on the resume.
And Nikaya, she's an absolute trooper. I mean, to learn all those lines, choreo, notes, like right at the beginning of Tech Week, like 4 or 5 days until we have to start, it was just so impressive. And she played Lord Farquaad very well. And, well, if there was an award for greatest last minute Lord Farquaad, it'd definitely go to her.
Oh my God. The costume was hell on earth. Cause first it's these legs, and it's kind of like what are those, overalls? They're kind of like overalls, and then you have to put on this dress that went to your knees, and like, well, a little to
Like
your knees.
halfway through your thigh.
Yeah, halfway to my thigh. And then you had to put the sleeves on, and then the wig, my lovely bob. I ate that bob up. Then the cap. It was just a lot. It was really hot, and then I had a long cape to cover my legs. So it was just like, whew, it was a lot.
Oh, Lord. Tech Week is a special kind of punishment that we go through to make sure that the show is as good as it can be. And I do say that jokingly, but Tech Week is the week where all of the parts that we've been working on come together for the first and only time before the show. We have the class, all of the actors and singers are in the class. We have a technical theater class, which works on sets, but they meet at a different time with a different teacher. We have costumes, we have choreography, we have lighting and sound and projection, all of the things that go into the show, but those people aren't all in the class together. So all of those things have to be created and maintained at different times in different places. And so Tech Week is the first time that they all come together, which is what makes it so stressful, because we're all used to doing our own part. And then all of the parts, that's where the recipe comes together, and we have 4 days to make it as perfect as it can be.
I felt like it was a good pace compared to Mean Girls, where I didn't think the time management was that good. You know, like we barely worked on the second act. I think that we worked on the first and second act pretty good, because like they're equal in length compared to Mean Girls, which is like, what, act 1 is this big, act 2 is like this small.
Tech Week, that was definitely of all the weeks in my life that I could forget, this one won't ever be one of them. Tech Week, well, Santana, who played Donkey, Santana Smith, great Donkey. Like, we couldn't have a better Donkey.
No! Layers! Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have, you get it, we both have layers. Oh.
During the first dress rehearsal, he was already sick, but like he was just kind of there because he was dedicated and we were all expected to be there. He was like, he had a cold, I think, and the costumes, all Shrek and Donkey, very sweaty costumes. I couldn't even imagine having the costumes they wear on the Broadway show. I mean, I think they put ice packs in there, but still, I don't even know if that could combat how sweaty you would get. The costumes were so sweaty, so hot, heavy, and to do singing and moving around and staying up late, it was a lot. So he got really sick and he had to stay home for pretty much for the entire rest of Tech Week. And so since I was Shrek and all of my scenes were with Donkey, all of Tech Week I'm just like listening to a tech person in the back speaking to the microphone, looking at the script, monotonely saying his lines. Haven't you ever been on a road trip before? And it's like, it was just like they would get lost in the pages, like, oh crap, am I missing a page? And I'm just like, and the whole thing, I was just worried the whole time if he was ever gonna make it to the performances, but he did. He did come to the performances and he did great. There were a couple times that he was like, he messed up a line, like he would say, you think Shrek is your true love? But he didn't say his line, he forgot. So I was like, you think I'm your true love? And I saved it, but we made it work.
Turn big smile. Yes, hashtag.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, Tech Week was fun. Only because I just had like this like really big energy. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing and I'm gonna do as well as I can, because again, I didn't want to let anybody down. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make the best of it. I know I'm not being held to super high expectations because I only have a week, but I still held myself to a pretty high standard.
What to wear on stage, how fast to wear it. The beards, oh my god, these beards, they will always get in my mouth. Pretty sure you have a picture of it, because I took a picture, yeah.
She'll give you a longer pause. The thing about playing a lead and being as passionate as I was about it is that like sometimes you are out of line and forget that you're just supposed to be an actor and not a director. So there were some times where I kind of argued with Miss Smiley saying, no, I feel like it should still be this thing. I feel like we should keep the original this, that, because blah, blah, blah. And well, you know, I was pretty crap at taking directions. And even Sin, who played Fiona, would hear me being like that and then say, oh my god, why can't he just shut up and take the directions, take the criticism, oh my god. In fact, it was annoying Bryce, who played Pinocchio. But I would say I got better. You know, I did some more plays and after that, and well, yeah, I learned to kind of know my place. Well, you can talk as unfiltered as you want. Talk about like your lead perhaps being hard to work with and whatnot.
You mean personally or
for this musical? Yes.
My lead being, I didn't think my lead was hard to work with.
That's a lie. That's a huge lie.
That's not a lie. What lead are you? You're gonna edit this, right?
Yeah, Shrek. I'm saying me being Shrek and me being hard to work with, like describe the experience of that.
It wasn't. You knew the whole show.
Okay.
You showed up knowing the whole show and where it was supposed to be and when it was supposed to be there. You knew your parts. You knew other people's parts.
I wasn't good at taking directions though.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Changing things. It was just, it's not. Here's a good point for your documentary. It's rarely a talent issue. It's a trust issue. When a director tells you to change the way you're doing something, it feels bad to you because you're already doing it the way that you think is best. You have to trust your directors. They are looking at it from your audience perspective. You have to give them the credit that they know what they're doing. That is the only thing that makes it hard to work with people sometimes, especially. I think that's what you're referring to as hard to work with a lead, is that y'all don't necessarily trust us when we ask you to take a chance.
We were so stressed out during tech week because, you know, so many things were happening, there were multiple people getting suspended, no longer able to be in the musical. And you know, we get a syllabus at the beginning of the year telling us when, on what day are the performances. And this girl, Destiny, she was saying that something she was doing for track was making her have to miss like the first hour of the first performance, but she can still be there later. And this was just like annoying the crap out of me because of how upset I was about all these things messing up the show when it's just supposed to be coming together now and it's just falling apart. So I just kept complaining to her about, oh, how can you be doing all these things when you knew since January what time and where and when? And she was just as stressed out as I was about it, and she didn't like that this was happening, so she just wanted me to stop talking about it.
So I was sitting by Elijah, all right? It was pretty tense. Elijah tried to talk to Destiny. It was pretty just loud, like not loud, but like he was trying to talk to Destiny when Destiny didn't want to be talked to. And you can tell from Destiny that she didn't want to be involved at all, but Elijah kept on being like, oh, and then eventually Destiny just screamed, you know? I was kind of scared. I was kind of, I don't like loud sounds, to be honest. I don't like loud noises.
But I was very immature and I didn't know when to shut up. So I kept talking to her even when she said stop talking. And then eventually she screamed so loud. We were in the auditorium, everyone's eyes point over to us, and it's so embarrassing. And yeah, I had to learn to stop talking. I don't know if this is something everyone deals with, but it's something I certainly dealt with. After that, I went into the dressing room bathroom and I cried. And I took a picture of it too, because I don't cry that often, but I did. Even when I'm like doing a game in theater class where we have to keep a straight face, that is a memory that I replay in my mind when I have to keep a straight face, when I have to not smile. Like the game is like someone goes up to you and says something funny, you have to not smile. That's what I replay in my mind, just her screaming at me, and it was so embarrassing. I just can't help but make a straight face. But again, this was all a learning experience from the stressful week and learning from your mistakes. It's something I had to do.
Sometimes not very well. I do my best. Every year I try to stay a little calmer, a little longer. And I've learned in my years of doing this to get better at letting students be more in charge of things, and that has helped a lot recently.
The reason why I was at what's it called? The Shrek musical is because my sister was performing it. I don't remember what she was playing, but yeah, she was in it, and I had no choice to be there. I had no free will. I was in 5th grade.
Ogres are used to that. The hardships, the indignities, the endless struggle.
Sorry I'm late. Welcome to Fiona the Musical. Let's talk about me.
Walk back to Dolly for your trip. Darling, don't be sad. The tower's not so bad. Just keep.
I've got all I need, so read the stinking sign. Keep your big, bright, beautiful world.
If you kill a man, I'll hide the body. What do you say? You're not responding. I think we're bonding. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
And Sin was very good person, I would say. Sin probably wouldn't say the same about me, but I think very great things were said. Advice on the show, like, you know, if you're worried because you're not doing it as good as maybe the original actor or this other actor, don't worry about that, because, you know, people want to see someone give a great performance, but they don't want to see someone copy what someone else did. A lot of great things, but it was crazy how I was losing my mind during Tech Week. It was so stressful, and Sin had it all together until the fall.
The fall happened, I was really concerned because I knew Sin personally. Me and her had buzz, and we would talk a lot. So I was like, "Whoa, what happened? What is this part of the show? Is everything okay? Did you break anything?"
Oh, the fall. Our princess fell out of the tower. It was also awful. I did not see it happen. I heard it happen. I was dealing with something backstage.
Here's what I can recall. I'm thinking, all right, first night is going pretty good because we have 2 performances, and this was the first night, and I'm thinking we're doing pretty good. All right. And it's the song I Know It's Today. It starts off with young Fiona, then it's teen Fiona, then it's adult Fiona. And teen Fiona, played by Ruth, is going, and she's singing, I know it's today. And then it's supposed to go switch into adult Fiona. And adult Fiona comes to the front of the tower. And this tower, it's this little platform. It's, I want to say, 10 feet off the ground, 9 feet maybe. And there's a rail on the front because that's supposed to show that it's like in the tower. But there's no railing on the sides, so the only thing keeping the actors up there are their own balance. And mind you, it's dark up there. Sin wears glasses, so Sin wasn't wearing glasses this time. And I'm standing there on the side of the stage, waiting to come in for the next scene, and I just hear the fall happen.
When that happened, I was really worried for her.
Yeah, Sin. So we were in the practice room, and when we heard Rufy like, "Ta-da!" we thought roof fell. You know, Jaden was like, yo, the roof fell. Everybody was like shocked. Yo, Kendall, Jaden.
And that also was actually one of my proudest moments as a teacher, because when it happened and everything went dead silent, again, that's that moment of, did the world just end and I missed it? You've never heard a theater be that quiet. And we closed the curtains, and I came out and let her cry a minute. And when I had let her cry a minute, I had to have the conversation of, I need you to stop crying long enough to tell me are you bleeding? Is there a bone sticking out? Are you hurt? And to her credit, she was still angry and she was still crying, but she said, oh, no, I'm finishing this. And she got right back up in that tower, and we opened the curtains and we finished the show. And then she went to urgent care, and we came back the next day and did it all again with new guardrails.
Show up today. There's a princess.
And after this very stressful week and all these things threatening the performance, I'm thinking, this is not happening, this is not happening, this is not happening, this is not happening. Oh my God, not now. And I hear crying, and I hear Miss Smiley. I'm so impressed by how Miss Smiley handled it, because I don't know how I would have handled it. I don't know what I would have said. But Miss Smiley said, so I want you to tell me right now what you want to happen. And I couldn't hear what the conversation had in it, but eventually Miss Smiley got on the mic and was like, she says she can go on, people. And then they start cheering, and then they open the curtains back up and they redo the song, and Sin just goes out there singing, and everyone gives a big cheer, and the rest of the performance goes on. And Bryce, who played Pinocchio, at the end was like, yo, we just made the biggest comeback of all time. But I remember the next day, after Sin went to the doctor to check if everything was okay, Sin said, since I hurt this shoulder, whenever you're grabbing me in one of the scenes, grab this shoulder.
I was very worried for her, and I was, I just wanted to know if she was okay. And then when she got back up and started performing again, I was like, wow, she's very strong.
I was seriously worried. Yeah. And then when Miss Smiley announced that she was still gonna go, and I was like, okay, Sin, I see you. Okay. I was really happy for her and really proud. And she did really good even after the fall. She did amazing. I was astonished afterwards. Yeah.
The Friday wasn't that good. It wasn't that good at first. And then after the fall, it's like, oh, this is pretty good. Huh. It's like pre-fall, post-fall. Ha, 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 ha. So, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Now perfect. We've crossed the bridge together. What a beautiful metaphor. I'm with you.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
When it was the second night and we got done with Act 1, I just finished singing Who I'd Be. I remember going back into the dressing room and saying, that's the best I ever sang that song. And Sibby, who played the dragon, said, yeah, and I just realized that was the best I sang my song. There's something really magical about your final performances, you know? It's like, even though they say you should be practicing how you play, you should practice as if it's the performance. That's what we do, but like when it's really the performance and there's really an audience out there, there's something different that just makes you kind of try harder or have more fun when you do it. And I remember I just took a moment during the bows to think this could possibly be the best my life will ever get. I hope that's not how it is, but it's possible. So, and I decided I should definitely treat it like that. So, I'm on stage, I'm looking at the lights, you know, the other leads just bowed. The Lord Farquaad, the dragon, donkey, Fiona, and now I look out and, you know, the first two rows are all my family.
I want to do this side first. Oh.
So I just acknowledge all of them and take a big bow and just thinking, this is your moment. This is the greatest you're ever gonna get. So enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please get our seniors to step forward and take a bow? Seniors! Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your attendance tonight. We hope you had a wonderful time. Our cast will meet you in the lobby. Good night.
Oh man. There's Shrek out there! Yeah! You're yellow.
You see us up front? Yeah, we're all up front.
And when we went out in the lobby, see my family out there congratulating me. I'm getting flowers. I'm thinking it's gonna take a while to shake off this stress, but this is a great moment. This is one of the happiest moments of my life. And that's just a beautiful thing about doing musical theater, doing any kind of performance arts, doing something you enjoy like that. That's tiring, but you love the end result.
Any kind of performing art absolutely changes a person. Anything that requires you to be this invested in the outcome of something that you have to depend on other people to do will change you. You will learn how to work with people that you may not like at all.
You make a lot of great memories that you'll be telling your grandkids even. And you learn skills you didn't even know you had before. And when life has bigger challenges later, you'll realize you can do it because you were able to do this.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid, and all that glitters is gold. Only
Overall, I thought it was great. I think everybody did a fantastic job. Shrek, Donkey, like everybody did a great job. Whether or not you were a main character, a lead, like it doesn't matter. Everybody did a fantastic job. And honestly, that was my first year. So for it to be like a lot of people's first year doing something like that, it's pretty good.
around her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years
You
start
will learn
coming,
how
they don't
to
start coming.
have a task,
Led
set a
to the
goal,
rules
get the
and
task
hit
done,
the
because you don't have a
ground
choice. You're going to have an audience. People are going to be watching, right? You will learn what it feels to have success and be appreciated for it on stage, and that feeling, unlike anything in the world.
the back streets. You never know
I thought it was great. It was really one of the hardest, like everybody in my world, you know, other directors said, oh, what musical are you doing this year? And I said Shrek, and they're like, oh my God, that is so big and difficult. And I'm like, I know, but my kids are handling it really well. And they did. Like, it's so weird. Sometimes the things that you think, like I'll give students something and think, well, they got this because it's easy. You're just going to fly through it. And then they don't got it. But when it's, I think they want to be challenged more than sometimes we give them credit. Because I gave them Shrek and I told them this is a big old bear of a thing. You gotta do all these things, and they pulled it off, and it was really good.
The ice we skate is getting pretty thin.
You know, the acting,
Water's getting warm,
meeting
so you
potential.
might as well swim. My world's on fire.
It was all done
How about
by
yours?
dedication.
That's the way I like
You know,
it, and I'll never
know what Tupac said, right?
Hey now,
Dedication, you know, is the key to making art. If you ain't motivated, the art ain't getting out there. All right.
Get the show on, get paid.
It was great. It was great. I loved it all around. This is the first musical I've ever went to.
Only shooting stars.
To this day, I am still known as Lord Farquaad, and it has just honestly made me get out of my comfort zone in ways I've never thought. And it makes me want to do more fun and bubbly things and whimsical things. Like, I just love it. I love musical theater now. Like, that was really eye-opening, and it makes me want to shoot for the stars and not like aim for smaller roles. Instead, I would love to be a lead. So keep pushing. Go for the hard roles, you know? Do it. You can do it. Trust yourself.
You could use like a Rocky quote in this scenario. It's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's how winning is done.
You will make friends that you will have forever. You may not talk to them forever every day, but when you run into them, this will be the thing that holds you together.
So I'll always see this as something really important in my life.
I believe if you're involved in something like this, you just become a better human.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your show